Visit Sailrite.com for all your project supplies, tools, and instructions.
Hi, I'm Eric Grant with Sailrite. In today's tutorial video, we're going to show you how to make Lifeline cushions using Sattler marine grade fabric that you can pick the desired color at the Sailrite website. This is a kit, and it includes the fabric, the hook and loop fastener system, and it includes thread and double-sided tape. Now, the one thing or two things you have to purchase yourself is the 1/2" PVC, which we will have in the description. And you'll need to purchase pool noodles because that's what we use for the inside of these. If you open up the hook and loop, you can see our pool noodle is right there. And we use the PVC on the inside of the pool noodle to help support the foam from getting destroyed by the Lifeline cable. So the kit will include enough materials so that you can make 3 of these up to 54 inches in length. This one's 40 inches in length. And we're using a pool noodle that is 2 1/4 inches for this video in diameter. And if you'd like to, you could use a pool noodle up to 2 3/4 inch at the maximum diameter, and you'll still be able to get 3 of these made that are 54 inches in length.
In this first chapter, we're going to measure for our Lifeline cushion and cut our PVC and foam noodle.
This is our Lifeline, and obviously this is the helm station, so putting a Lifeline cushion on this would be advantageous. Looks like I want to go 26 inches because I don't want to get into the hardware, so that's what I'm going to make it. The Lifeline cushion that we want to cover is 26 inches, so I've marked it at 26 inches. Now you'll notice that this is a 1/2" PVC SDR 13.5. This is really a great pipe for the insertion of one of those pool floats that we'll show you here in a little bit. You can just cut this stuff with a hacksaw. So I'm going to cut it first to the length, and then we have to slit it. If you'd like to be accurate, you don't have to be totally accurate, but you can just take a marker and mark a line without rolling the tubing, and that way you have a reference for where to slit it straight. Doesn't have to be straight. Now we're going to use a multi-tool. This is a pretty good one that's battery operated, but you can get one of these at Harbor Freight for very little money. And here's how you do it. So put it on a flat surface like this. Make sure you wear some sort of glove to protect your hand in case you slip. When you get close to your hand, reposition it just by doing that and continue to cut. This is a pool noodle that we picked up from Walmart, and it measures an outside diameter of about 7.5 inches or so. That's really the size we recommend, somewhere around here. It has an opening in the center, but it does not have a slit. So first off, we need to cut it to the 26-inch length, and I'll just use this as a reference for the length because we measured this already. And you can cut this stuff with a hacksaw again. It cuts really easily. Okay, then I'm going to take my sticker off here. Now we can just take scissors and we can slit it. And if you want to put a line down it, you can, but it's pretty easy to do it this way. We're just slitting one side. Don't slit the opposite.
Coming up, we'll be measuring and cutting our fabric to size.
So we want to roll this around, and I'll give you the measurements when I'm done, but if you had foam that was a different size, you would just roll this around and mark where it touches the fabric, like right there. And then what we want to do is we want to add 3 1/4 inches from that point. So 3 1/4 looks like it'd be right about there. And then I'll measure that. That is 10 3/4 is my measurement. So I'm going to measure down 10 3/4 and strike a line. So this is our desired size. We need to add 3 inches to that. So if I put the thing there, that goes like that. And then if I go over here and add 3 inches here, and mark it there. That's where we're going to cut it. So we'll move this out of the way and we'll strike a line here. So 3 inches added to the desired finished length on each end, and we're going to cut this out with a hot knife. The Sailrite Edge hot knife is being used, and I'm using the precision cutting foot and blade, and this means that I don't have to worry about damaging the tabletop, and it just cuts beautifully and seals the edge of the canvas nicely. Now if you don't have a hot knife, you could use scissors, because we are going to hem each one of these edges with a single hem, but a hot knife is recommended.
In this chapter, we'll be hemming the fabric.
So now there's no right side or wrong side to the Sattler fabric, so I'm going to mark 2 inches with a well, this isn't soapstone, this is a chalk pencil. And we're going to do this on all edges, including the short edges. So mark a line 2 inches. We're going to be folding to that line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half without creasing it. And I'm going to put a mark right here, over here on the outside, and over here on the outside to indicate where that center is. So just right there. Okay, and now we're going to put double-sided tape on all edges fairly close to the edge, and we're going to use the Sailrite canvas patterning ruler to adhere it down well. This is basically like a heavy object applying pressure on the double-sided tape, and that just helps it to stick to it, because acrylic, this Sattler acrylic, is water resistant, stain resistant, UV resistant, and it's also glue resistant, so that helps to bond it. I'm going to peel off the transfer paper on all sides. We're going to start with the 2 short sides, but this way I don't have to worry about folding it over top of the transfer paper. So on this short side, we'll start with this one, we just fold right to that line, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other short side. And this is also another good idea. Apply pressure so it stays basted well. Do the same thing here, and then we'll do the same thing on the long sides.
Sewing our hook and loop is next.
The kit's going to come with hook and loop, and it's 1 inch. We're going to cut it to the exact length of our cover after the hems are completed here, and just with scissors. I'm going to turn this over. This is the hook portion, so the hook is facing down. I'm going to put double-sided tape on top of this. This is the double-sided tape that comes in the kit. Okay, and we're going to put this on. Doesn't really matter if you put the hook or the loop on one side or the other. Okay, we're going to put this on this side, and I'm going to put it on so that it's almost right to the end, and it's just slightly, some canvas is sticking out, but very little. Okay. It's a teeny bit long, so I'm just going to trim it. Boom. Okay, so now we flip it over, and we're going to put it on this side. Got all that PVC pipe on here. We're going to put the loop on this side. So the hook's on this, and the loop's going to go over here. So we're going to do the same process over here as we did with the hook. We're going to take this now, and we're going to roll this over. So this one's over the top of this one, just like that, matched up. And we're going to put a mark right here in the fold on the inside. So right there. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to roll this over the top, and we're going to put a mark at the center here. Okay, so since this is hook, I'm going to put hook over here to that center mark. So I'm going to cut it right about there, and we'll baste this here, and then over here we're going to put loop. So the loop's going to go from that mark to this top edge here, like that, and we'll baste that right there. So we're going to put double-sided tape on the back side of this. That. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite end. And that one goes here. Don't worry if it's a little bit off. We've loaded up the thread that comes in the kit in the sewing machine. It's a Tex 90 thread. And I'm going to start up here at the corner, my needle's to the right, and we're going to do a 6mm straight stitch, doing some reversing at the beginning. And we're just going to sew all around the perimeter close to that edge, securing the hem and also the hook and loop. Once I get to the corner, I'm going to bury the needle, have the needle come up slightly, and then rotate, and then we'll sew down the side. Now notice that the stitches in the hook part look wacko, but they don't in the loop. Well, if you look at the back side, it still looks gorgeous. That's just because the stitches can't find a home because the loop is raising the stitches. It doesn't lay flat. So don't let that alarm you. That is totally normal. Okay, we're going to do this on the outside perimeter. Then we're going to do it on the inside perimeter here too. Now the loop's on the underside of this one, so even though it doesn't look like I'm sewing through any fastener, I am. We've sewn around the entire perimeter, but for this one I'm going to flip this over for this leg, and we'll sew that independently so that I can see where the loop is. So I'm just going to sew one straight stitch down here. I'm going to move my needle to the left here, and all we're doing is securing down this loop, reverse at the beginning, and we'll reverse at the end. Okay, so once that's done, I flipped it back over after we have that secured, and we'll sew on the outer perimeter of this, reversing at the beginning and the end.
In our final chapter, we'll be installing our Lifeline cushion.
So first we're going to put on our PVC that we slid open. So I'm going to use a screwdriver here and kind of pry it open. Slotted screwdriver, get it started. There we go. Come on, get on there, puppy. Put that down. It's a little bit difficult to get this on. You might have to pry it and push it in. A second person could be definitely advantageous for this. I'm trying not to damage my PV or my wire. What we found is this tucking tool actually works better, and that two people, you could pry it open like that and a second person can put it in. Of course I got the camera guy, so he's operating the camera. But this definitely made it a lot easier than just a regular screwdriver. It's stubborn PVC. Once the PVC's on, then just to reinsert this is easy. Okay, and then we're going to take our cover. Let's go ahead and hook it. The pelican hook. There we go. Much better. Much easier. Wrap it around. We'll start here kind of in the center. Nice overlap. Make it tight. Good. And then now we have hardware, but if you didn't have hardware, this would just pinch closed like that. And we have hardware over here. We could have probably made it a little bit shorter. So the hook and loop on the ends probably for this application isn't going to seal as well as I'd like, but if you had just the Lifeline cable, it would have sealed beautifully. There's just not much to grab there. So there is our application. Now see how cozy it is. Oh yeah, much better than a cable. Nice.
As you can see, if we don't have hardware blocking, we can easily seal up the ends and our Lifeline cushion looks beautiful. For a full list of the tools and materials used in this video, check the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to know when new videos become available. I'm Seth Grant from Sailrite. Thanks for watching.